What's up, Guardians? It's Reset Day, and along with Reset Day, Vance and Variks update their inventories along with plenty of other things in the game. Now, are there new weapons and armor worth getting? Let's start off with Variks. He's selling the helmet and the scout rifle. The scout rifle itself is the high rate of fire, low impact archetype. Without full auto though, this archetype isn't all that great. It has triple tap instead of full auto, which is a pretty underwhelming perk for any weapon. It has perfect balance in the middle tree, which is a great perk for the scout, but unfortunately it's its only good perk. Its final perk is Demotion, which has a chance to stun fallen captains. Like all the PoE perks, they're too situational to be very good. Lastly, it has no element, so it really has no saving grace. There's honestly no reason to purchase this scout rifle when there's so many better options available. Now for the helmets. The Hunter helmet is pure discipline with a pretty decent roll on it. It has Inverse, Shadow, Light the Blade, and Fallen Arbiter, which gives bonus recovery and super recharge while fighting Fallen in the Prison of Elders. Perfect for the Skolas encounter, and a rather solid PvE helmet. I'd pick it up if you find yourself completing a 32. On to Warlock. The Warlock helmet has Intellect and Strength, which isn't a bad stat distribution. Warlocks have the best melee out of the three classes, and they're really the only class where each stat can be worth investing in. It all depends on how you like to run your Warlock. As for the perks, it has Serpent's Mouth, Inverse Shadow, and Cabal Arbiter, which does the same thing as Fallen Arbiter, except when of course fighting Cabal instead. Again, a pretty solid PvE helmet. You can't really go wrong with picking it up. Finally, we have the Titan helmet. It has pure discipline, a role that's slightly less than the Hunter's, however. The perks are Momentum Transfer, Inverse Shadow, and Fallen Arbiter. This helmet is pretty much the exact same thing as the Hunter helmet, so my recommendation for it is the same. Now let's move on to Vance's inventory. First, let's go over the Scout Rifle, the Scholar. This is honestly the best legendary Scout Rifle in the game for both PvE and PvP. It has no elements, so of course an elemental one would be better for PvE, but if you don't have an elemental one, then you should definitely pick this up. It's perfect. Outlaw, perfect balance, and reactive reload all synergize together very well. This scout can two-shot headshot someone in the Crucible if reactive reload is procced and they're running anything less than full armor. It's probably the best weapon Trials has to offer. If you don't have it, get your 7 wins and go pick it up. It's more than worth it. Moving on to armor, let's start with the Hunter again. The Hunter gauntlets have Pulse Rifle Loader, Light the Blade, and Special Weapon Loader with full intellect. They're pretty solid gauntlets, with their only real weak point being Light the Blade. Even then, they're still worth picking up if you don't have anything better, and you get the 5 wins in Trials. Now for Warlock. Their gauntlets have Scout Rifle Loader, Serpent's Tail, and Heavy Weapon Loader with Intellect and Strength. Again, investing into any stat is useful on Warlocks. It all depends on how you like to run them. As for the perks, outside of the Scholar, the Multi-Tool, and maybe even a full auto Deadshot Luna, Scout Rifles aren't all too great in Crucible. They're better suited for PvE. Serpent's Tail is a great perk for both, and Heavy Weapon Loader is really only useful for galley burning a boss down even faster than you normally would. In every other situation, Special Weapon Loader is better. These gauntlets aren't bad, you're just only going to make the most possible use out of them in very certain situations. Lastly, the Titan gauntlets. They have Auto Rifle Loader, Paramuscle Armature, and Heavy Weapon Loader, along with Intellect and Discipline. These gloves are half good and half bad. Auto Rifle Reload is bad now because auto rifles are bad right now, in both PvE and PvP. Paramuscle Armature is a great perk, and Heavy Weapon Loader, like I said earlier, is situational. Intellect and Discipline is of course a fantastic stat roll. But honestly, these gloves aren't all that worth it, unless you really don't have something better. And that's pretty much it, everybody. Most of the gear is pretty solid and really worth picking up, so get out there and start completing those activities, Guardians. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye!